Namaste and welcome to my YouTube channel, Lifted Lotus Yoga. My name is Lacey Davis and I'm so honored to have you here with us today. We're going to be doing a 60-minute Vin-Yin flow. Vin-Yin is a fusion of Vinyasa and Yin. Vinyasa is a more fast-paced practice where we'll build up heat and strength. Yin is a more slow-paced practice where we focus more on stretching those connective tissues within our bodies and our minds. To get started, go ahead and grab yourself some pillows, either a couple of pillows you have around the house, a blanket, and a block or books that you can use to bring the earth closer to you. Whenever you have those items, go ahead and get yourself set up. Find yourself into a seated pose, just like Angel over there, and we'll get ourselves started. Once you found yourself ready to take that seated pose, allow yourself to come into the middle of your mat. Cross whichever leg in front of the other, whichever is most comfortable for you. Settle into both of your sit bones. You can sit on top of your pillows or your blankets to bring the sit bones higher up above your knees. This helps relieve any pressure and helps the feet not fall asleep. We're going to be seated here for a few more minutes, so allow yourself to find a comfortable space. Lift up to the crown of your head. Go ahead and close your eyes. Soften your face. For today's yoga practice, we'll be focusing on a couple of concepts straight out of the Yoga Sutra of Patanjali. Concept that I find to be really important both on and off the mat. And the beautiful thing about asana, our yoga practice, our physical practice, is that we build habits here on our mats that will then reflect out into our everyday lives. And this concept of sthira and sukha, structure and softness, effort and ease. It's important that we find balance between these two energies. So in today's practice, I'd like you to establish this balance, and we start right here and now. As you close the eyes and soften the face, allow yourself to welcome in that sukha energy, that soft energy. Feel that softness move all throughout the face, in the mouth, softening the tongue, down the throat, across your chest, down your spine, around your rib cage. Continue to feel that sukha, that easiness, to flow down into the pelvic, the hips. Feel it way down into the legs and into the earth. Now start to notice those places where you have sthira, that structure, that strength, that sturdiness. Notice it in the neck, throughout the back, keeping you upright and tall. Notice it within the abs, within your core, down into the pelvic. Notice that structure, that sthira, that strength, all down the legs, in certain places and areas. And then expand your awareness into the balance that you hold between the two. A balance between sthira and sukha. Strength and softness. take a big inhale through the nose, filling up all the way. Expanding your belly and your chest in all directions. When you feel nice and full, open the mouth and let out a big ah. Do that 2 more times. Big inhale. Maybe an extra sip at the top. And then a big exhale. One more all on your own. Maintain your awareness on that balance between sukha and sthira, ease and effort. And let's find that balance within our breath. So again, exhale everything through the nose. And then follow me for an inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold it right there. Let it soak in for a moment. And then with that balance of ease and effort through your nose, exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold in your exhale. Let yourself be soft. And then again, inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. This time 5, and hold on to your expansion. Let it soak. And exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold your exhale. Be still. Be soft. Last round, inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and hold on the expansion. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Do one more round all on your own. When you get to the bottom of the exhale, push out all the stale air. Let yourself be very empty. And then release all control over your breath and notice what it feels like as it flows effortlessly through your body. Now, if you'd like, take this opportunity to bring your hands to your heart center, palm to palm compression. Let yourself or your chin gently drop in towards your chest. Maybe find a gentle smile, a secret smile. Maybe you just have it in the eyes, gently at the corners of the mouth. Maybe only you can see it. And take this opportunity to set an intention. Maybe you choose to find ease and effort, balance within them, sthira and sukha. Maybe it's a single word or a phrase that resonates with you right now. Whatever it is, let your practice have purpose today. Maybe whisper it to yourself a few times. Picture it boldly within your mind. And then take an inhale to seal it in. And an exhale to let it go. Begin to flutter open your eyes, release your hands from prayer. If you're sitting on anything, go ahead and let yourself come off of it now, pushing it off and out of the way from your mat. Coming back into a seated pose, legs crossed in front of each other. Hands resting upon the knees, palms up, palms down, doesn't matter which. Settle back into your sit bones. Draw the belly button in and slightly up to support the spine. Lengthen through the crown of your head, broaden the shoulders, spread out the collarbones. Take a big inhale, circle, sweep up, reach tall. As you exhale, hands come into palms, heart center. With your next inhale, push the hands up towards the sky, reversing your prayer. As you exhale, bring the left hand down to the right knee, and right hand comes behind you for a gentle twist. Now, stay nice and tall through your spine, so lengthen up through the crown of the head. And exhale, gently twist into it. Little nano movements. Every inhale, lengthen up. Every exhale, gentle twist. Coming into that balance between the two, the balance between the length and the twist. One more breath. Now maintain your twist, and with your next inhale, reach the right hand up towards the sky. As you exhale, gently tilt towards the left knee. Reaching through the right fingertips, gaze out towards the front of your mat, lengthen through the crown of the head. Keep your biceps by your ear, or your ear by your bicep. Take another inhale. And as you exhale, bring the right hand down onto the left knee so your arms are crossed in front of you. Tuck your chin into your chest and broaden out through the upper back. Take 3 breaths. Great place to close the eyes and notice where you're holding ease. Notice where you're holding effort. Next, inhale, circle, sweep up, reach tall. Palms touch above you, exhale, hands into heart center. Keep your hands at heart center as you switch legs, so bring the opposite leg in front and then settle back into your easy seat, your Sukhasana. Hands still at heart center. When you're ready, palm to palm compression. Inhale, reach the hands to the sky. As you exhale this time, bring the right hand down to the left knee and left hand back behind you, twisting to the other side. Staying nice and tall through the spine, gently draw the belly button in with every exhale. And again, find that balance between sthira and sukha, between structure and softness. One more breath. Inhale and exhale. And again, maintain your twist. Next inhale, reach the left hand high. As you exhale, start to tilt towards the right. Lengthening through the left fingertips. Keep that left ear next to the bicep. One more breath. Nice work. Next exhale, bring the left hand back down onto the right knee. Arms are crossed but opposite. Tuck your chin in towards your chest and broaden out through the upper back. Stretch out those shoulder blades. 2 more breaths. Next, inhale, circle, sweep up the arms, reach them nice and tall, stretch out the side bodies. Palms touch above you, exhale, hands into heart center. Little smile on the face. Nice. Roll over the tops of the legs or swing the legs around to one side and make your way into a tabletop pose. As you come into tabletop pose, bring the wrists below the shoulders and the knees below the hips. Make sure the feet are out long behind the knees, also hip width distance apart. And then spread your hands out onto your mat. Start to press through your fingertips. Start to press through the palm. If you notice that you're lifting up in between the thumb and the forefinger, just do a slight external rotation with the hands. So point them outwards. That might help a little bit with the wrists. Now draw the belly button in, get long and lengthy through the spine. Gaze between the hands as you lengthen the crown of the head forward. Keep that belly button drawn in. Next, inhale, sway the belly down, gaze and hips rise up for your cow pose. Exhale, round the back up towards the sky as you tuck the chin and the hips in, cat pose. Inhale, sway down into your cow. Press your heart through the gate of the arms. You open up the front of the body. Exhale, round into your cat. Draw the belly button deeply in as you stretch the back of the body. Go 2 more rounds, all on your own. Inhaling into your cow, using that full breath to get the full expression of the posture. And exhaling into your cat in your own time, your own space. Going 1 more round. After you finish that last cat pose, inhale yourself into a centered tabletop. And then start to sway the hips side to side. Allow the crown of the head to join, swaying side to side, side to side. Great place to close the eyes and kind of notice those sukha places, those places of softness, those sweet spots. Go a couple more times, swaying side to side, just like this. Creating lateral flexion at either ends of the spine. Now the next time you find your hips all the way to the right, stop. Swing your hips down and around to your heels, over to the left, and then back up to center. Big circles with your hips to the right. Do this a couple of times, maybe 3 or 4. Distributing that synovial fluid all over the femoral head, right at the attachment of your hip. Whenever you feel like you've done enough rounds, stop, find yourself back to center. And then start to sway it side to side again, letting the head join in as you create that lateral flexion between both ends of the spine. Go a couple times. Now, next time you find your hips to the left, stop. Swing them down and around to the heels, over to the right, back up to center. Do it about the same amount of times as you did on the other side, creating that balance between both sides of the body. Whenever you feel like you've gone both ways enough, you feel even, get yourself back to center. Beautiful. Curl the toes, slide the hands about 1 inch in front of you, and hoist the hips up into a downward facing dog. Your heels do not have to touch the ground. They can be slightly lifted. You can have a bend in your knees to create a nice long back. In fact, it's more beneficial for you to slightly bend your knees than it is to have the knees straight. Let the crown of the head drop, so relax the cervical spine, the neck. Shake the head no a little bit, nod it yes a little bit. Draw the belly button in. Get engaged through the low belly, engaging through the spine, keeping it nice and safe. And then maybe if you want to, pedal the feet a little bit. Bend the knees, maybe sway the hips side to side a little bit. Notice how you're holding your hands. Make sure you're pressing through all fingertips, pressing through the palms. Notice your shoulders. Spread them out. One more breath like this. If you're doing any movement, start to wrap it up. Bring yourself back to center. And then step your feet as wide as your mat. Slide your hands just about 2 or 3 inches towards your feet. So you're in a narrow, wide, downward facing dog. Identify your left hand, and then exhale left hand to right ankle or calf for a nice twist. Let your gaze find underneath the right shoulder. Press down through both big toes. Keep your hips nice and centered. Take another breath. Next, exhale, release your twist, coming back to center. When we come to the other side, identify your right hand, and exhale, bring your right hand over to the left ankle or calf. Both options are best, whatever works for you. Gaze floats underneath the left arm. Press through both of your big toes. Keep your hips hip even, centered. 2 more breaths. Let your next exhale release you back to center and come back into a regular downward facing dog. So step your feet back to a hip width distance, walk your hands up just a little bit. Pull the belly button in, get nice and strong in your down dog. And then we're going to take our first variation of our flow tonight. Step your feet back just about a couple of inches. Inhale, hinge forward into a plank pose, bringing the shoulders over the wrists. Press through the hands, press through the fingertips, stay strong. Draw the belly button in. We're going to stay for another 3 breaths. Lengthen the crown of the head forward, heels back. 1 more big breath. Next, exhale, come down onto the left elbow and then the right elbow. Make sure your elbows are underneath your shoulders. Forearms are straight in front of you. You're in a forearm plank. Stay long through the spine. 2 more breaths. Pull the belly button in. 1 more breath. Exhale, slowly melt the lower body towards the earth. Uncurl the toes and let the heart just gently press forward into our Sphinx pose. If having the elbows directly below the shoulders is uncomfortable for you, go ahead and slide the elbows a little bit ahead of the shoulders. Sink your belly into the earth. Soften the shoulders. 1 more breath. Next, exhale, slowly come all the way down and let the fingertips slide underneath the shoulders. Elbows are up like cricket legs. Inhale, rise up onto the knees. Bring the toes to touch behind you, and exhale, press back into a child's pose, Balasana. Let the forehead release to the earth. Take 5 breaths. Close your eyes. Notice what you feel, the strength you've created, the softness you've created. One more good breath. Next, inhale, reach the hands forward, spreading the fingers out, curl the toes, hoist the hips, and exhale yourself into a downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Press through your hands, step your feet together at the back of the mat. Press through your left foot, inhale up with your right foot, point the toes towards the earth. Inhale, and as you exhale, bring the knee in towards the chest, and then step the right foot all the way through in between the hands. Drop down onto your left knee. We're coming into low lunge or Anjaneyasana. Make sure that your right knee is over your right ankle. Right toes pointed forward. Keep the left toes curled under if you'd like, or uncurl them. You decide. It's whatever's most comfortable for you. Now engage through the hips. Slightly squeeze your hips together. Bring your arms up onto your knee. The palms and hands around onto the knee, perhaps. And then press the knee away from you. Engage your glutes. Pull the belly button in. Bring your hands into heart center. Palm to palm compression. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. Stay strong through the upper body. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, keeping the hands at heart center, gently start to twist towards the right side of your mat. Twist as far as it feels right to you. Take another breath. Choose to keep the hands at heart if you want, or inhale, open the arms up wide. Maybe in the twist just a little deeper. Keep that left hand pointing forward. Next, in exhale, release the right hand and reach it forward with the left. Take another inhale and reach the hands high. As you exhale, just a gentle back bend. Shine your heart to the sky. Go as far as feels good. Inhale back to center. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Press through both of your palms. Curl your left toes under. Lift your left knee up. Step your right foot 3-legged down dog. Reach the right leg nice and long, nice and tall ahead of you. Next, exhale, right heel to glute. Press through your left big toe and press through your hands to keep the hips nice and open and the chest square. Nice work. Next, inhale, reach that right leg nice and long, and exhale, release it long. Down to the earth, downward facing dog. Take a big breath. Big inhale and a big exhale. Do one more like that. And maybe this time you stick out your tongue. Come into the other side. Bring the feet to touch behind you. Press through the right foot. This time inhale up with the left foot. Point the toes to the mat. As you exhale, bring that left knee in towards the chest. Squeeze it in. And then step it through in between the hands. Come down onto your right knee. Make sure that left knee is lined up with the left ankle. Get yourself set up first. Build your sthira, your structure, from the ground up. Nice. Then bring the hands onto the knees whenever you feel ready. Press the hands into the knees, pushing the upper body away. This entices an engagement. Pull the belly button in. Bring your hands to heart center. Inhale. And as you exhale, gently twist towards the left. Try to keep those hands right at heart center, but try to bring the hands, the heart center, towards the left long edge of the mat. Choose to stay if you did on the other side, or inhale, open up the arms. One more breath. Keep that right hand right where it is. Exhale, bring the left hand to meet the right at the top of the mat. Next, inhale, reach the hands up nice and high. Exhale, gentle back bend. Inhale to center. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Press through your palms. Curl your right toes under. Lift your right knee up. And step your left leg back, 3-legged down dog. Exhale, heel to glute, finding that half scorpion. Press through your right big toe, press through the palms. Inhale, reach that left leg nice and long, and then exhale, release it to the mat, downward facing dog. Notice how you feel. Maybe feeling a little warm. Feeling that strength. That sthira rising up. But notice where you feel soft. Notice where you feel that sukha. That sweet space. Choose to skip this or inhale, hinge forward, plank pose. Shoulders over the wrists, nice and long through the spine. Link through the heels, link through the crown of the head. One more breath. This time, come down right elbow first. Left elbow second. Forearm plank, stay for 2 breaths. Stay strong through the core, press through the arms. And exhale, slowly melt the legs onto the mat, pelvis onto the mat. And let the heart press forward through the gate in the arms. Close your eyes if you'd like. And notice the sukha. Notice the soft spaces within this pose. One more breath. Next, exhale, slowly roll the self down. Bring the fingertips underneath the shoulders. Elbows point up. Bring the feet to touch behind you. Inhale, rise onto the knees. Exhale, press yourself back, child's pose. 5 long rounds of breath. Let them be as long as you'd like. Dropping into that softness. Just like in life, sometimes it calls for more softness than structure and more structure than softness. And right now, this is one of those moments to be more soft. 2 more breaths. Next inhale, reach the hands forward, spread the fingers out, curl the toes, hoist the hips, exhale, downward facing dog. And we're going to go through a couple rounds of this standing series to bring us more sthira, more strength. But I also want you to stay mindful of the sukha, the softness, as we move through each one of these poses. When you're ready, press through the hands, step the feet together at the back of the mat, press through the left foot, inhale up with the right. Reach the toes. Exhale, crunch a knee to chest. Pull it in really nice and tight, and then step that right foot through in between the hands. We're coming into crescent pose. So keep that left heel up. All 10 toes facing the front of the room. When you're ready, inhale, rise, hands to heart center. Find your balance, your structure right at your feet, your sthira. Now make sure those hips feel sturdy and square. Squeeze the hips together. Hands right at heart center, palm to palm compression. Just like in our low lunge, you're going to take a twist. So inhale, and as you exhale, twist towards the right. Squeeze the hips together, keep your balance. Maybe slight bend in the back knee. Again, choose to keep the hands at heart, or inhale, spread the hands out wide. Stay for a breath. Big inhale, and as you exhale, untwist, bring the right hand to meet the left at the top of your mat. Next inhale, reach the hands up nice and high. And as you exhale, gentle back bend. Inhale up to center. And exhale, warrior 2. Spin the back heel down to where your back foot is parallel with the back of the mat. Right toe is still facing the front of the mat. You have about a heel to arch alignment between your feet. Arms are long and strong. Shoot life through all 10 of your fingers. Press through both big toes. Notice how this lifts the back arch. One more breath. Now I'd like you to invite in softness. So bring your hands to heart center, soften your face. Next, inhale, straighten through the front leg. And as you exhale, start to bend through the back knee and come into Skadasana, one-legged low squat. A great place to use your block if you need it If your left heel doesn't touch down, that's okay. You can choose to stay right here, or if you'd like to add a little more, bring your right hand onto your left ankle and inhale up with your left hand. Reach it to the sky. One more breath. Exhale, slowly release this variation. Bring your left hand down onto the mat just outside of your left foot. Inhale up with your right hand. We're going to counter that. So exhale, lean gently over towards the left. Inhale up to center. And as you exhale, push into your hands and rise yourself up. Bring both toes in towards the center line and find yourself into wide-legged forward fold. Grab your ankles. Release the crown of the head towards the earth. Shake the head no. Gently nod yes. Close your eyes and start to notice the places where you hold that sukha, that sweet spot, that softness. And those places you hold the sthira, the strength, the structure. In every pose, there's a balance of both. Balance it out in 2 more breaths. Release your grip around your ankles. Inhale about halfway up. Turn your right toes towards the top of the mat and start to walk the hands towards the top of the mat as well. Heel toe that right foot to the outer right side of the mat. We're coming into lizard pose. Maybe you angle the right toes out slightly. Keep those left toes curled under behind you. Hands to the inside of that right foot and press through that right big toe. Let the hips sink just a little bit, but keep the belly button drawn in towards the spine. 3 more breaths. Choose to stay right here if you'd like, or bring your left hand to the outer left edge of your mat and make sure that the left wrist is below the shoulder. Right hand to the inside of the right knee. Press the right knee away from you. Next, inhale, choose to stay just like this, or lift the left toes off the mat and point them to the sky. Choose to stay like this, or reach the right hand up nice and high. Choose to stay, or maybe you start to reach back for that left foot. Maybe you touch it, maybe you don't. The reach is what matters, so just reach. And start to rewind. Inhale the right hand up, left toes down. Slowly bring the right hand back down to the earth. Plant the hands down to the inside of that right foot. Curl the left toes under if they aren't already. Lift the left knee up and step the right leg long behind you, 3-legged down dog. Shake it out a little bit if you like. And then exhale, heel to glute, half scorpion. Press through your hands and press through your left big toe. Maybe you let that right foot fall behind you just a little bit further. Feeling it open up that right hip. 1 more breath. Inhale up with that right leg and exhale, release it back to the mat, downward facing dog. Adjust yourself in downward facing dog and take a few rounds of breath between sides. Maybe you close your eyes. Maybe you pedal your feet. Maybe you take some deep breaths. One more breath here. And we come straight to the other side. So press through the hands, bring the feet together behind you. Press through the right foot, inhale up with the left foot, reach it nice and tall. Exhale, bring that left knee into the chest, pull it in as tight as you can, and then step that left foot through and in between the hands. Coming in for that same crescent pose on the other side. So make sure all 10 toes are still facing the front of the room. Back heel is lifted. When you're ready, nice and strong through the feet, inhale, rise up, hands to heart center. Get yourself adjusted first. Feel secure, strong in your structure and your sthira. And when you feel that strength, when you're ready, inhale. As you exhale, twist towards the left. Do it ever so gently. Only go as far as feels good to you. Stay in that twist if you did on the other side, or inhale, open up the arms. Nice. Next inhale, bring the left hand to meet the right at the top of your mat. And then take an inhale to reach the hands nice and high. Exhale, gentle back bend. Inhale to center. Exhale, warrior two. Back foot pivots down. Press through both big toes. Make sure the left knee stays open, so press it to the left edge of your mat. Find that energy of life shooting through the fingertips. Feel all the sthira, all the strength, all the structure. Maybe even close your eyes and sit within it one more breath. Now let's invite a little bit of softness. Hands to heart center. Soften the face, soften the arms. Next inhale, straighten through the front leg. Exhale, sit back into your one-legged low squat. Skadasana. Remember, you can use that block if you need to and just stay right there. Or if you want a little more, bring your left hand onto your right ankle. And next inhale, reach the right hand nice and high to the sky. Notice what you feel here. One more breath. Exhale, slowly start to release. Countering that posture, bringing hands down to the mat. Left or right hand just outside of the right toes. Inhale up with the left hand and exhale, gently lean towards the right. Inhale back up to center. Exhale, hands down onto the mat. Press yourself up into wide-legged forward fold. Toes turn in. Bring your hands underneath your face. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, walk your hands over to the right foot. Wrap your right arm around the back of the right leg. Left hand on top of that right foot. And gently pull yourself in. Exhale. One more breath. With your next exhale, slowly release and come back to center. Maybe shake the head no. Maybe nod at yes. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, walk your hands over to the left. Wrap your left arm around your left leg, and place the right hand on top of the left foot. Take an exhale, gently pull yourself in. Next exhale, release back to center. Take an inhale, halfway lift, and start to walk yourself towards the top of your mat. Heel toeing that left foot to the outer left side of your mat and coming into your lizard pose on this side. Hands are to the inside of the left foot. Left toes gently turn out and then press through that left big toe, pulling that leg in towards the side of the body. Let yourself settle in for a moment. Press through the hands. Nice work, yogis. Bring your right hand to the outer right edge of your mat. Make sure that wrist is below the shoulder. Bring your left hand to the inside of that left knee. Press the left knee away. With those right toes curled under, lift the right foot up just as far as feels good to you. And then choose to stay or lift the left hand nice and high if you did on the other side. And maybe drop that left hand behind you and actively reach for the right foot. Remember, it doesn't have to touch, just the reach that counts. Press into that right hand. One more breath. Next inhale, start to rewind. Bring yourself all the way back to center. Hands below the shoulders, into the inside of that left foot. Curl the right toes under if they aren't already. Lift the right knee up. Step the left leg back, three-legged down dog. Exhale, heel to glute, half scorpion. And again, let that left foot be a little heavier this time than last time. And press through the right big toe. One more breath. Nice work. Inhale, reach the left foot high. Exhale, downward facing dog. Notice how you feel. Really balancing out that sthira and sukha. Take a couple cleansing breaths if you like. Last breath here. You can always choose to stay if you want, or inhale, hinge forward, plank pose. Get long and strong through your plank. One more breath. Drop down left elbow. Drop down right elbow. Forearm plank. Stay. 3 breaths. Strong in the belly, strong in the heart, soft in the face. 1 more breath. Exhale. Melt the lower body down onto the mat. Press the upper body through the gate of the arms. Soft in the face. Soft in the belly. 1 more breath. Now you can choose to stay right here if you'd like, or if you want to go a little bit further, separate the feet as wide as your mat. Separate the hands as wide as your mat, pointing the hands towards the upper top corners of your mat. With your next inhale, press into your palms, lift your elbows. Coming into a little bit deeper of a back bend, seal pose. Choose to stay, or maybe walk your hands a little closer to your upper body if that feels good. Notice how your glutes immediately fire up. Let them be fired up. Let them engage and stabilize the lower back. 1 more breath. Nice work. From wherever you are, exhale, slowly roll yourself down. Slide the fingertips underneath the shoulders. Bring the feet together behind you. Next, inhale, press into the palms, lift the self up, and push yourself back, child's pose. 5 breaths. Two more breaths. Inhale, reach the hands forward, spread the fingers out, curl the toes, hoist the hips, exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to do that all one more time on each side. It's going to feel a little bit different this time, and we're going to take things a little bit further, only if you want to though. Remember, find your edge and never push yourself back past that unless you really feel comfortable doing so. This practice isn't about pushing yourself to your very limits and beyond. This is about meeting yourself where you are and taking care of yourself right here in the moment. So take a big deep breath, cleanse yourself out. Step the feet together at the back of the mat. Press through the left foot, inhale up with the right. Exhale, crunch a knee to chest. And then step that right foot through. Finding that sthira, that structure from the ground up. Inhale, rise into your crescent pose. Hands at heart center. Inhale. As you exhale, twist towards the right. Inhale, open up the arms only if you choose. Choose to stay here, or exhale, drop the right hand down, lift the left hand up, extended reverse crescent. 1 more breath. Exhale, come back into your twist. And then inhale, reach the right hand towards the front of the room with the left. Now, just like you have a bow in your arm, next exhale, open yourself up into Warrior Two. Extending that bow arm as far as it'll go. Find your Warrior Two and get all strong within it. Find all that structure, all that sthira. Press the right knee open towards the right side of your mat. 1 more breath. Keep your arms long this time. Next, inhale, straight through the front leg. Exhale, come down into your Skadasana, your one leg low squat. Then bring that right hand onto the left ankle if you want. Reach the left hand nice and high. And maybe this time as you exhale, you gently start to tilt towards the right foot. Reaching that left arm up and over. Maybe reaching the right toes, maybe not. 1 more breath. Yeah, nice job. Inhale, slowly rise up. Exhale, left hand down onto the mat. Right hand reaches nice and high. Stretch out that right side body. Inhale back to center, arms nice and long into T if you want. And then inhale, exhale into your wide-legged forward fold. Nice job. This time we're going to come into a nice twist in our wide-legged forward fold. So inhale, rise up halfway. Plant your right hand underneath your nose. And then inhale up with the left hand, reach it to the sky. Press through both of your big toes and even out your hips. Get them nice and square again. Choose to stay right here in your twist or drop that left hand behind the back, half bind. Choose to stay or walk your right hand over towards your left foot. Grab a hold of that left ankle. Pull yourself deeper into the left leg. And exhale, unwind. Bring the right hand back underneath the face. Left hand reaches high. Inhale. Exhale, back to center. Other side. Left hand below the face. Inhale, reach the right hand high. Press through both big toes, even out the hips. If you stayed here on the other side, stay here now. Or exhale, half bind the right hand. And walk the left hand over to the right foot. Pull yourself deep into that right leg. And unwind. Left hand below the face. Inhale up with the right. Exhale back to center. Shake the head no. Gently nod yes. Inhale, halfway lift, and as you exhale, slowly walk the hands all the way over towards the top of the mat, finding your lizard pose. Now, this time in your lizard, you can choose to stay right where you are on your hands, or if you'd like to come a little bit further, come onto your forearms, or maybe a block. Press through that right big toe. If you decided to come onto your forearms or stay on your hands, slowly bring the left hand or forearm over towards the left edge of your mat. Press through that right big toe and then bring the right hand to the inside of that right knee. Press it away gently. Inhale, lift the left toes, lift the right hand to the sky, and maybe you drop the right hand behind you and try to reach those left toes. Maybe they touch, maybe they don't. Doesn't matter. Feel the opening, the expansion in the chest. One more breath. Exhale, unwind. Rewind yourself out just as you came in. Deep hip opener there. Next, inhale, start to rise up onto the hands. Curl your left toes under if they aren't already. Lift the left knee up. Step the right leg back, three-legged down dog. Give it a little shake if you want. Exhale, heel to glute, half scorpion. Choose to stay here or start to hinge yourself forward slightly. And then maybe you start to drop that right foot behind you, spinning yourself open into a flip dog. Push the hips and the heart up high if you'd like. When you're ready, spy your mat. Inhale, flip it over, three-legged down dog. And exhale, release, down dog. Take a big deep breath. And let it go. One more. Straight to the other side. Feet together at the back of the mat. Press into your right foot this time. Inhale up with your left foot. Exhale, crunch a knee to chest, pull in tight, and then step the left foot through in between the hands. Into our crescent lunge. Inhale, rise up. Hands at heart center. Get yourself nice and sturdy through your feet. Squeeze the hips together. Take an inhale, and exhale, twist to the left. Next inhale, open up the arms, spread them wide. And exhale, left hand drops, right hand lifts. Reversed crescent. Exhale, back into your twist. And inhale, bring the left hand to meet the right at the front of the mat. Next inhale, reach the hands up. Nope. Exhale, open it up, warrior two. Spin that back foot down. Press the left knee open and spark life through the fingers. Get strong. Find that sthita, that strength. One more breath. Keep the arms long. Next inhale, straighten through the front leg. As you exhale, Skidasana. One leg low squat to the back of the mat. Bring that left hand onto right ankle. Inhale up with the right hand. Exhale, start to slowly tilt over to the left. Maybe you come back to sit on that long leg behind you, and that's fine. Feel the deep stretch through that right side. And inhale, start to rise back up. Drop the right hand back onto the mat. Inhale up with the left hand and gently tilt to the right. Inhale back to center, arms are long. As you exhale, hands to the mat and wide-legged forward fold. Turn the toes in, heels out. And then this time, let's open up our shoulders. So bring the hands behind you, interlace your fingers. Squeeze the palms together as best as you can. You could also grab your shirt if you want, or maybe your belt or whatever you'd like to use to kind of bring the hands closer together, whatever works best. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, gently let the hands fall away from the back. Tuck your chin into your chest. Feel the weight of your body come into the front of your feet. Trust yourself. Close your eyes. Take 2 more breaths. Squeeze through the palms. 1 more breath. Bring the hands back behind you. Release the interlacing. Let the hands drop to the mat below your face. Inhale, halfway lift. And as you exhale, slowly start to walk the hands over towards the top of your mat, coming into your lizard pose on the other side. So heel toe that left foot to the outer left edge of your mat. Nice work. If you stayed on your hands on the other side, do it on this side too. Or come down onto those forearms. Press through the big toes. And then slowly start to bring that right arm over to the right long edge of your mat, or right hand, whatever you're on. Keep pressing through that left big toe. Bring that left hand to the inside of the left knee. Press the left knee away gently. Inhale up with the right toes. Inhale up with the left hand. And maybe you drop the left hand behind you, reaching for those right toes. Take a big breath. Press down through that right arm. Next exhale, rewind out. Take 2 breaths in your lizard. Inhale, rise onto the hands. If you're not already, curl those toes under, those right toes under, lift the right knee up, step the left leg back, 3-legged down dog. Give it a little shake if you'd like. And then exhale, heel to glute. And just like on the other side, if you want to take that flip dog, gently start to bring yourself into a plank and then start to flip yourself over. Dropping those toes behind you, pushing the hips nice and high. Spy your mat when you're ready. Inhale, flip it back, 3-legged down dog. And exhale, release. If you're not to that flip dog yet, don't worry about it. Slowly make your way there just by gently finding progression in your practice. Shake it out, everything that just happened. Maybe wiggle the hips, shake the head, shake out the shoulders. Maybe do some waves with your body in your down dog. Take a big breath, inhale, and a big exhale. And here's our last flow. Inhale, hinge forward, plank pose. Shoulders over the wrists. 1 more breath. Right elbow down first. Left elbow down. Forearm plank, 2 breaths. And exhale, slowly melt down. Sphinx pose, uncurl your toes. Close your eyes, soften into your sukha, your sweet spots. Last breath here. And again, you can stay here if you want. Great place to be. Or bring your feet out as wide as your mat. Separate your hands out to the top corners of your mat. Next, inhale, press into the palms, lift the elbows, seal pose. Choose to stay or walk the hands closer towards the body. Now you can choose to stay here, or if you want to go just a little bit further, start to lift the toes up behind you, bring the toes to touch up behind you, and then drop the head back, scorpion. Deep heart opener, and take a big breath. And exhale, slowly roll down, but keep the feet pointed to the sky. Bring the chin to the mat. Arms down by your side. And then start to sway the feet from side to side. Do this a few times. Find stillness. Release the feet, bring them together at the back of the mat. Slide the fingertips underneath the shoulders. Inhale, press into the hands, push yourself up, and press yourself back, child's pose. Let's take 10 breaths here. Really soften into it. Maybe do a little body scan. Noticing all the places that you created Shida, all that strength. Noticing all the places that are soft, that are full of sukha, good space, softness. About 5 more rounds of breath. Next inhale, slowly start to walk yourself up. Finding yourself onto your knees. Just notice what you feel. Maybe close your eyes for a few rounds of breath. Hands rest upon your lap. There's a sutra, one of my favorites, a sutra from the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. Sthira Sukha Asanam. A steady, soft seat is needed in yoga. It is the balance between light and dark, ease and effort. Notice how you feel right now. Notice the energies that you balanced out. Go ahead and flutter open your eyes and walk yourself up a little bit onto your mat. This is where we're going to start to use our pillows. Go ahead and swing your legs out in front of you. If you're using a bolster or a pillow, go ahead and reach for it now. Slide the soles of the feet up onto the mat, knees towards the skies. And then slide the bolster back behind you. Make it to where the bolster or the pillow is widthways across your mat behind you. Take an inhale and drop your knees to the right, bringing yourself onto your right hip. Maybe you want to use, if you only have one soft pillow, maybe you want to use a couple here, or a pillow and a blanket. Or for those that are using a bolster, just having that bolster nice and long across the mat. Right hand to the top of the bolster. Start to walk your right hand and your right side of the body down onto the bolster. Bringing the right ear onto the bicep or the shoulder. And then inhale up with the left arm, reach it tall, and then rainbow it up and over. Bringing that left bicep next to the left ear. Let your left hand drop behind your right. This kind of helps open up the chest a little bit. Close your eyes. Allow yourself to drop into sukha, into softness. Feeling the deep stretch you're receiving on the left side of the body. letting gravity do all of the heavy work. You are just allowing it to happen by being open to receive it. And if you like, you can extend the left leg to make the extension through the left side of the body a little deeper. Soften the face. Soften the space between your eyebrows. Soften the tongue. And maybe find that secret smile. That soft, gentle smile you establish at the beginning of practice. 5 more breaths. Next inhale, reach the left hand high. On exhale, bring the left hand down onto the left side of the body. So to press into the right hand and slowly push yourself all the way up. Now just stag out your legs a little bit. You can keep the knees stacked if you want, or you can stag the legs out more to where you've got more of a internal rotation happening within both of the hips. And then I'd like you to turn your pillows or your bolster to where it's lengthways up the mat. Make sure that the end of your pillow or bolster is against your right hip. Take an inhale, lengthen through the crown of the head. And as you exhale, turn your torso to face your pillow or bolster. And then slowly walk the torso down onto that pillow or bolster. Chin can rest onto the mat, or you can turn your chin to the right or to the left. Whatever works best for you and your neck. Close your eyes and just be here within the pose. Nice and soft. There's really not a whole lot of sthira going on here. There's not a whole lot of strength or structure. Just turning your body into this particular posture and then softening into it. So a whole lot of sukha, a whole lot of sweetness. Taking just about 5 more breaths on this side. Last big breath here. Perfect. If it isn't already, turn your chin the same direction as your knees. With your next inhale, press into your palms and slowly rise yourself back onto your right hip. Once you're there, Roll onto your sit bones, knees towards the sky. Wrap your arms around the front of your knees. Drop your chin into your chest, and let's just take 5 breaths in center space. Bring your chin away from your chest, unwrap your arms from around your knees, and then let's do everything we just did on the right side on the left. So drop your knees over to the left. Turn your pillows or your bolster to where it's widthways across the mat. Pull it really close to the right hip. Left hand across the bolster, and then start to walk the left side of the body down onto the bolster. Bring your left ear onto your left bicep or shoulder. And then inhale up with your right hand, reach it up, and then rainbow it over the head, dropping the right hand behind the left. Letting the right bicep rest upon the right ear. And surrendering into the posture, into the earth. Noticing the stretch you get from the right side of the body. And the slight compression you're receiving on the right side of the body. Feeling that decompression all the way through the rib cage. Stretching the intercostal muscles on that right side. You can choose to keep the right leg just where it is, or if you want to, start to straighten it long, extending that stretch. Notice where you can relax, where you can welcome more sukha or softness. About 5 more rounds of breath. Next inhale, reach the right hand high, and exhale, bring it back onto the right side. And turn the left palm down and press into it. Slowly start to push yourself up, back onto your left hip. Now stagger your legs or stack your knees, whatever feels right for you. And turn your pillows or your bolsters lengthways up the mat. Coming into that supported twist, belly down twist. When you're ready, take an inhale, lengthen through the crown of your head. As you exhale, turn your torso to face your pillows or your bolsters, and then slowly walk yourself down. Just like we did on the other side, bring your chin to center first, and then decide if you want to turn it away from your knees to intensify the twist, or towards your knees to soften the twist. Whatever feels best for you. Close your eyes and surrender into the pose. 10 more rounds of breath. About 3 more rounds of breath. With your next inhale, turning the chin the same direction as your knees, slowly start to push yourself up. Leaving your bolster or your pillows just where they are if you'd like. Turn yourself to where you're facing the front of the mat, sit bones onto the mat, knees to the sky. Wrap your arms around your knees and let's take 5 more rounds of breath. Beautiful. You can choose to keep that bolster behind you as a support for your spine for your Shavasana, or you can push that bolster or pillows out of the way, and then you can choose to create whatever space works for you for your Shavasana. Allow your legs to go out long and gently lay the self all the way back onto the earth. Find the space that works for you, the position, and allow yourself to get nice and heavy, settling into wherever you found yourself. Close your eyes. Release all control over your breath, control over your body parts, control over your mind. And allow yourself to just be the witness. Your aim tonight or today was to create balance between that sthira and that sukha, between effort and ease, strength and softness. As you let go of all of the control you have and surrender yourself into this moment, know that everything you created you will maintain within yourself. All that strength, all that softness, all that sthira, all that sukha will stay with you long after you leave the mat. And that it's because of this time on your mat that you've created this habit within yourself to constantly seek sthira and sukha in every situation you find yourself in. Whether that be yoga asana or just regular old life. I ask you to stay here in your Shavasana as long as your body calls. Thank you so much for honoring me with your presence and practicing with me today. From both Angel and I, the light within us sees and honors the light within you. Thank you for practicing with us today. Namaste.